Hello everyone, it is time for another weekly draft video, I guess bi-weekly. I post one every Monday and Thursday. We're doing one more Vintage Masters draft before it's off of Magic Online. It'll be off of it in just a few days. And after that, I'll either do more Ixalan, if that's what people want to see, or Vintage Cube, which I think is coming at some point soon after Vintage Masters rotates off. Hopefully in this draft I can avoid sound problems, which is what I had in like the 3-0 awesome draft I had the first time around, or a horrendous punt that ended my draft that happened on my second Vintage Masters draft. But both the decks I've drafted so far have been pretty sweet. They've been competitive. The first one was pretty dominant. The second one was definitely competitive and solid. And this format's a lot of fun. I think it's the most fun I've had drafting any format all year, which is sad because it's an old format. But, you know, Iconic Masters was good. But a lot of the main release sets this year were like solid but nothing special. The last like block format draft, the regular release set draft that I really enjoyed was all the Return to Innistrad stuff. But I mean, I enjoy all of them, but that was I really enjoyed that one. Okay, Cruel Bargain. Draw 4 cards. You lose half your life rounded up. It's intense. So I still haven't gotten to go goblins, and that's something I really want to do. I've done mono black aggro, and I've done green-white auras, and both did what I expected them to do and were fun. This pack makes me want to try to do goblins. I think Beetleback Chief is better than Goblin Goon. They're both pretty solid. You know, there's a couple good mono black aggro cards in here, like Fledgling Djinn and Carnophage. Cruel Bargain, you know, triple black's a big ask, even in a format with good fixing, and it is a pretty intense cost you have to pay. Of course, if you're at like 8 life, it's not bad. 2 life, you know, there you go. But I think we're going to take Beetleback Chief, see if we can make goblins work. There's nothing in here that's just like a premium card you take and it'll get played in any deck, really. So I'm going to take Beetleback Chief and see if the goblins come my way. Goblin War Chief in this pack. We can do it. Okay, there's a Serendib Ifrit. There's a Solar Blast. That is a card that's just good in any deck. So I think I'll probably take it. Skirk Prospector's okay. And if I really, really wanted to try to push goblins, I could take one of these random goblins. But what I want to see to make me feel like convinced I should play goblins is one of the really good uncommons like Goblin War Chief. Maybe a Goblin Matron too would convince me. But this Ifrit's pretty good as well. Ophidian's solid. But Solar Blast I think is just the best card in this pack, like anyway. So we're going to take it. I will take it. So like when I first started playing Magic at a more competitive level, instead of just like with my friends in my neighborhood, it was during Onslaught Block and I had a Goblin deck. So that's part of the reason I really want to get some Goblin War Chiefs going here because, you know, that card was incredible. Goblin Pile Driver's in this set, but it's a rare. And this pack does not want to give us goblins. Factor of Fiction's pretty good. Could just be red-white aggro. Soltari Emissary is fine. Do I just want Factor Fiction? It is, I mean, it is a good card. It draws you a bunch of cards. It's good in a control deck, which isn't exactly where we're headed. I mean, Solar Blast will fit in. You know, if I saw like an Astral Slide or a Lightning Rift, I'd be all over that deck too, the cycling deck. You know, this is nice. Disruption. There's no, but an Orcish Lumberback's here, but yeah, we don't really want him either. The red cards here just aren't good. So I think it's either Factor Fiction or like Mesmeric Fiend. I think I'll take Factor Fiction, see what happens. You know, some of the 2-drop aggressive creatures could have been worth looking at too. Give me a Goblin War Chief, that's all I ask. Pillaging Horde. Not Goblin War Chief. Gush is another fun card for control decks. Dark Ritual, you know, if we wanted to do Storm, that is kind of where you want to go, but pushing, like really trying to make Storm happen ends up with either a completely horrendous deck or a completely broken one, and I don't really want to do that. here. Pillaging Horde isn't bad. I mean, it's a 4-mana 5/5 that makes you discard a random card. There are definitely worse things in the world than that. Obsessive Search is okay, like if we're really going into blue. But I think I'm going to take the Horde. I'm going to try to cut red and hope people who are in red get out of it. Especially the ones who are taking goblins from me. Okay, Fires of Yavimaya makes, you know, that makes for a good red-green control deck. Aggro deck. Keldon Necropolis is actually pretty nice. There's also a Spark Spray, which is a pretty nice little card. It kills a lot of things. It also has cycling. We could keep our eyes open for actual cycling payoffs. Or I could take the green-red Signpost Uncommon, which gives all your dudes haste. You know, which is part of what Goblin War Chief does. So maybe I just take the Fires. Yeah, I'll take the Fires. We'll see if we just go red-green aggro here. So there's a Hulking Goblin. God, we could have gone Storm. I mean, the problem is you can pick up all of these and then not get the card that actually has Storm. So that can happen. These guys aren't bad. They flash in. Sometimes you can just flash them in to kill something and then not pay the Echo. I might just take Nightscape Familiar. It's not on color. I mean, we could take the Hulking Goblin. We'll play it in a red-green deck, and we'll play it in a Goblin deck. Okay, fine. I'll take the Hulking Goblin. I just want Goblins to happen so badly here. Ooh, there's a good Goblin payoff. Here's some more Storm payoffs, though. Jeez. But yeah, we'll take Goblin General here. It's good to see him late. Here's another Goblin. Yeah, I mean, it's not a great one, but it is a Goblin, and we will take it. Okay. This can help us splash, which isn't useless. Some good mono-black aggro cards here. Rescind's fine. I think I'll take this just in case we decide to fix for something. Prospector came back. Sure. Maybe there just wasn't a Goblin War Chief opened, because we got a lot of Goblins late there. Fallen Ascari, I mean, I guess if we're gonna play an aggro deck, it's not a bad thing to have, and it's better than Orcish Lumberjack anyway. But yeah, we only have, so far we have one really big Goblin payoff in the General, who's only a common, so more would be good. And a couple minor ones in Skirk Prospector and Skirk Drill Sergeant. So yeah, we don't know what our second color is. We could also just end up mono red. Fact or Fiction's probably not a card we want in this deck, though. So I could tell you we're probably going to end up black or green. Man, I'm going to take a Dark Ritual. I don't think any Storm was open in that pack. Otherwise, like cards like Dark Ritual wouldn't have wheeled. Like if somebody took a Tendrils of Agony, they would have taken Dark Ritual. Yeah, Cycling is a deck I want to play in this format too. There's just not time. I hope they bring it back again next year this time, because this is a sweet format. I mean, all Masters formats are good, but this one is the best of all the ones I've played, which have included Modern Masters 2, Eternal Masters, and Iconic Masters. Is there Modern Masters 3 already? I think there might have been. I missed the first Modern Masters, but I think I've played every other Masters format now, because I missed this one too. Yeah. Okay. This is a pretty good pack for us, honestly. Like, I don't think we want Giant Strength, but Spark Spray and Forgotten Cave are both good. I think I'll take the spray. Take a choking. Well, let's take a Tangle, just in case. Tangle is really good against Goblins. So there's since this is a league, there's not a great chance we actually end up playing someone who was in this pod with us, but just in case, you know. Really, this is what you give me? Well, Paralyze is a good removal spell. Battle Screech is great, but yet that's for the mono white aggro deck. We're not going to really make that work. Excuse me. Prophetic Bolt is also really good, but that's not for us. We're trying to be a goblin aggro deck here. Mountain Cycling's not horrible. This doesn't fix for us at all. I think it's just Paralyze. Could think about Dothy Mercenary too, but I'll pick Paralyze here, which is really sad. But that's what that pack had. Really? Back-to-back packs where the only red card is Chartooth Cougar? What are you doing to me? Okay. Again, whoever's in white's going to be thrilled. I'm going to take Yavimaya Elder. You know, green is a color we're thinking about playing, and it helps us fix if we decide to, and it, you know, it's just a good card. Yeah, we'll take the Elder. Okay, Goblin Settler, Skirk Prospector. I do like blowing up lands. Not as much in Limited, though. Would I rather just have another Prospector? I mean, there's also a Benelish Trapper if we decided we wanted to go into white. I have a feeling the Prospector will just wheel. And Settler probably will too, honestly. So do we just want like a Root Walla, another aggressive creature? I mean, we want as many goblins as possible, right? I mean, that's what we're trying to do here. So I say we push it and we take Goblin Settler. There's Goblin Goon. Goblin Matron. I think we want her even more than Goblin Goon. So we'll take her. She searches us up any goblin we want. Beetleback Chief. Yes, please. So we may not get a War Chief, which is like the dream. There's another Goblin General, though. But we're getting a lot of goblins. So Chain Lightning's great. And I think if I were... Should I just take Chain Lightning? That's the question. It is a great card. But Goblin General likes goblins. So obviously the smart thing to do would be to take Chain Lightning. We're going to take Goblin General. We want all the goblins. Okay. This is another pack where it's like, it's another Nightscape Familiar. We can sort of build our own War Chief between Fires of Yavimaya and the Elder. Familiar. I guess that's where we're going. But yeah, it's still not convinced we're going to be playing any of this stuff. Another Fires of Yavimaya. The downside about that is that they're not very good in multiples. I mean, yeah, my creatures will have haste more frequently, and yeah, you can at least sacrifice it to give a pump effect. There's also a Forgotten Cave, and you know how I love cycling lands, but okay, fine. I'm going to take Fires of Yavimaya. I'm doing it. It's happening. I'd rather have Suchi or Chartooth Cougar. I guess I'm going to take the Cougar. Mountain cycling and all that. Good sideboard card, I guess. Come on, War Chief. I need your help. Although, you know, a turn where we turn 3, well, it doesn't work out perfectly, unfortunately. But if we have Fires of Yavimaya in play, then we play Goblin General, and then we play Beetleback Chief. That's awesome. Yeah, the Prospector did come back as expected. We will take him. We can do some Goblin ramping. We got to get a War Chief in this last pack. I'll take a Pile Driver too, please. Goblin Goon wouldn't hurt. We passed one, but I think we did the right thing there. Good news is our Matron can find us. Like, if what we need to do is get a bunch of dudes in play to survive, which hopefully isn't what we need to do, or if what we need to do is maybe blow up a land, which seems... Ooh, yes, Goblin Goon. You came back to me. Our curve is a little high for what we want to be doing here, especially without the War Chief who lowers things. But we do have the Prospectors who can ramp us up into these things. Okay, we probably want Falter. We may even mainboard it. Probably not 2 of them, though. We do need some more low-drop goblins. We're a little low on those. So basically we want War Chief and low-drop goblins. Here we have a Skirk Drill Sergeant, who is one of those low drop goblins. Here's Astral Slide, finally. And Decree of Justice. Man. And Chain Lightning. Yeah, whoever's in the cycling deck is going to see both of these and be like, why are they in the same pack? Although this might wheel for them, but would I rather have Chain Lightning or Random Goblin? I think Chain Lightning is just going to be better. We have a lot of goblins already, and we do need more 2-drop goblins, but I think we'll be okay. And Chain Lightning's great, and we have two 1-drop goblins, so yeah, we'll take Chain Lightning this time. Another Prospector. Roar of the Worm is pretty sweet. Wild Mongrel, probably just take him. I mean, Prospector's a goblin, but we've already got 2 of them, and it's not like the best card ever in a vacuum. Smokestack, that's messed up. Yeah, we're gonna take the Mongrel. For a while, I was thinking maybe we'd just splash green. Probably just don't play this guy, though. I mean, he's good and all, but we're an aggro deck, and we don't really have time for him, and doesn't look like we'll be splashing. Same with this. Ooh, I can Wildfire some people. That's always fun. I realize that card doesn't say Wildfire, but that's basically what it is. It's the Portal's version of the card Wildfire. Reckless Charge. I think we have enough creatures. We don't have as many ways to go wide as I would like, but I think we take Reckless Charge, yeah. Can just win out of nowhere. Flame Tongue Kavu. Of course, it has to be in a pack with the worst version of Flame Tongue Kavu, but the version that's a goblin. But you can't pass Flame Tongue Kavu. Like, how many goblins do we already have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're already pretty good on goblins. And Flame Tongue Kavu is an insane card. So, yeah, we're just going to take it. I could see cutting the Settler, and I could see maybe cutting Pillaging Horde just because it's not a goblin, basically. Goblin Lackey. You know, if you can go turn 1 Goblin Lackey, your opponent doesn't play anything, smash them with the Lackey, play Beetleback Chief, that's pretty potent. Like, that's not going to happen all the time, but we're going to take the Lackey. Our other options are a Cycling Land and a Spark Spray, both of which I'm happy to have, but not as happy as I am to have a Goblin Lackey. It is pretty nice when it's just like, what's up? And with Fires of Yavimaya, we can sometimes sneak him in there and, like, you know, also play an additional creature for free. Although if we have the mana to play Goblin Lackey, we can probably also just play Beetleback Chief, to be fair. Chain Lightning again? Yeah, sure. I'm happy with that. Happier with some more goblins. Right now we're only at 13. Okay, Goblin Patrol, sure. I'll take you. I just need goblins. No War Chief, which is sad, but I think Goblin General's a big enough payoff. Goblin Matron's a big enough payoff. This is a very minor payoff. But Goblin Goon sort of just wants us to play all these dudes, and then he can really be a problem for the opponent. There's another Goblin Commando and another Chain Lightning, though. Like, I can't pass. I mean, Goblin Commando's good, but we have enough goblins already. If there was another really good one, we'd take it, but Chain Lightning is just a lot better than Goblin Commando. If we had Goblin War Chief or something like that, we would take the Commando, but we don't have that. Okay, we will take another Drill Sergeant, though. I mean, a lot of the times he's just going to be a 2-mana 2/1, and another Prospector. It's a lot of prospecting that we can do. Burning of Xinyi came all the way back. Let's just turn into a red control deck now. No, obviously, I'm kidding. Giant Strength, I guess. I don't think we're playing it, though. I may just cut this Mongrel. Oh, ooh, I don't mind that. Late Cycling Land. Can we get another? Can we get another? You definitely need War Chief for this deck to be at its best, if I haven't already mentioned that 100 times. But I'm pretty happy with what we have. I wanted to draft goblins, and I pushed it a little bit to make it happen, but I think it happened, and, you know, we have some good stuff. I may cut this mongrel, but usually you're just not supposed to. Okay, so another Spark Spray and Provoke. Look at all those 1-drops. Feels like constructed. Red deck wins here. Okay. So, probably don't need any Spark Sprays. It's definitely a solid card. It's really good in the cycling deck. And we can think about siding it in, but obviously like Chain Lightning's better. How many Skirk Prospectors do we have? Let's take a look here. 3. I think that's probably okay. I mean, they'll occasionally be able to make it so we can play turn 3 Beetleback Chief or turn 3 Flame Tongue Kavu. Card like Falter can just win us the game, obviously, so I think we leave it in. I mean, I think this is just our deck. I think we can get away with 16 lands. I'm trying to decide, though, if I want to play like a Spark Spray or a Goblin Settler, because in the end we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 goblins. Okay, we got plenty. So yeah, we don't. I think leaving it as is fine. The question is whether, if we're running Wild Mongrel, we're in an awkward situation where we need to run way more green than we do if we're just playing Fires of Yavimaya. So that's something. I mean, Mongrel's good, but our mana base is going to be so good if we just play Fires of Yavimaya and run like 4 or 5 forests. And that'll be fine. I mean, and if we play him, you don't want to be sort of splashing a 2-drop. So you have to. You're not going to have green mana frequently enough on turn 2. So I think we got to cut him, even though he's obviously a very good card, and that means we have to put something in. Could be Spark Spray. Could be another Goblin. None of these options are great. I think it's just Spark Spray in the end, which will occasionally kill something, and other times just cycle for us. So we do only have 15 creatures, which is kind of less than I'd like, but it's not like any of the other options we have. Like Goblin Settler's fine, but we're not gonna... It's just such a high drop Goblin that I don't think it really matters. All right, yeah, I think this is our deck. We'll see how it actually does, but I think it looks like it's got some power. I mean, if nothing else, 3 Chain Lightnings is a pretty great thing to have. So we need to add our Forgotten Cave before we forget about it. And we definitely want more than 1 forest. However, I'll put in 5. And that should be plenty. We have 11 red sources and 5 green sources, which is not enough for a Wild Mongrel. So that's why I took it out. All right. We do have 1 good green sideboard card too, don't we? Tribute to the Wild, yeah. So that's worth keeping in mind. This looks like our deck. Let's try to win with some goblins. All right, we're going to the first match of a Vintage Masters draft. We would like to play first. We are goblins after all. Ooh. I think we can keep this, mostly because we can go turn 1 Lackey. If they don't kill the Lackey, we get a turn 2 Beetleback Chief. Plus, even if we draw like nothing, we at least have Chain Lightning. And we're going to draw more mountains. I mean, you know, it'll happen. But I think that's what we would do. If the Lackey gets in, I think we play the Beetleback Chief, and then hopefully we can play Goblin General a little later. We can obviously, we have a really good chance of getting in with a Lackey between playing Goblin Lackey turn 1 and Chain Lightning on turn 2, even if they play a blocker. So that's pretty sweet. I mean, there's going to be a lot of goblins very quickly. So one of the cards that we're most afraid of with this deck is freaking Tangle, which can destroy us. Opponent may just have removal for the lackey, which is not what we want to happen here. Please don't have removal. If they do, we're in trouble because of how medium our hand is. You know, if we had more mountains, I wouldn't feel as helpless, but if they just like path Goblin Lackey here, we are in for some trouble. Uh-oh. Okay, good. Good. We're going to get a free goblin. If we draw a mountain, I'll be even happier. Can we do it? Forest, whatever. That would be okay too. We did do it. All right, well, still, we're going to go Chain Lightning. Right, and then we're going to attack with Goblin Lackey. And we'll play Beetleback Chief for free. Hello. This is what Vintage Cube's all about, right? Just playing 1,000 goblins as quickly as possible. Now if we can just get our general out there, we'll really be rolling. Definitely think Chain Lightning there was the best move. I guess I could have played Falter instead and held on to the removal spell. That is interesting. That might have been better because then I can hold on to Chain Lightning for reach later or for, you know, something a little scarier than Deathblade Elite. Our opponent's probably the Aura deck if they're playing Deathblade Elite incidentally, and our opponent has disconnected. I wonder if they've actually disconnected or they're just frustrated with how good our start was, but we will see shortly. All right, they're back. We will play our mountain and end our turn. See what our opponent can do here. We really just want mana for Goblin General. Obviously, that's the... Oh, we did it. Okay, well, we're even going to get to play something for free, and it'll probably be the General. And then we can play the Matron and search up someone else. We'll get to play something for free if our opponent can't kill my lackey here. It's possible they can. No, it doesn't look like it's happening. Opponent's also not in green where we have to deal with Tangle, and that's pretty nice. So if we play Goblin General here and then Falter next turn, what happens? Does our opponent just die? So yeah, he gets pumped too, so it'll be 2, 5, 7. Not quite. They'll be at 2. But we are going to play Goblin Matron as well. And that will put him at lethal if he can't stop them. All right, yeah, we got there. Let's just do turn 1 Goblin Lackey every game, you guys, with a Chain Lightning to back it up. I think that seems reasonable to expect. Yeah, I don't think we want a second Falter. I don't think we want Spark Spray either. There are definitely matchups where those are better. Although I'm already mainboarding 1 Falter, so, you know. We have our own Tangle in our sideboard, which is worth remembering if we play Goblins. All right, let's just do more of what happened in that game. Okay, this one's not as good. I think we still keep it. We probably cycle a Forgotten Cave early. But yeah, I mean, obviously, this is not like the kind of hand we're looking for. Okay, well, maybe we just Chain Lightning that dude before they stick an aura on him. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, and then we'll end our turn. Things are not going great for us. Mulliganing. You can mulligan pretty aggressively with a goblin deck, so I probably should be. Hey, Fires of Yavimaya is not bad. Let's cycle Forgotten Cave. Okay, another Skirk Prospector. Mountain cycling, okay. Yeah, we're not going to have the blistering start we had in that first game. Yeah, that thing is annoying. Okay, well that's nice. I think I just go ahead and play the general for now. I can plan on playing Fires of Yavimaya and Skirk Prospector next turn. But yeah, this thing is basically just a 3/3 forever. Like, you know, you do have to tap down your lands, but the way it works, you know, yeah. We do have Artifact Hate in our sideboard, I think. Could be wrong, though. Ooh. And you can't even Flame Tongue Kavu the guy. What's that about? It's not cool. All right, so we're going to play Fires of Yavimaya. And another Skirk Prospector. And unfortunately, it's just not worth attacking into a Chimeric Idol yet. We do have Reckless Charge, so what we want to do is just try to go wide enough that we can cast this twice and kill our opponent, even if they have Chimeric Idol as a blocker. So, yeah. Hey, that's not cool. You're not supposed to be running goblins. I told you could do that. Okay. Well, I think I just play another Prospector here. Just in my turn. So 2, 4, 6, 8. But we have so many blockers to contend with. The opponent's not going to attack, unfortunately for us. Okay, another land. That does help us Reckless Charge. But I don't think I'm going to do anything. I think I'm going to hold on to the Kavu for now and play it on something that's a little more of a problem. Right now we're just at parity, so I'm pretty okay with that. We've drawn reasonably well given how mediocre our starting hand was. The Forgotten Cave helped, but still. We probably should have gone down to 6 in this deck. I mean, we can really survive on one mountain thanks to Skirk Prospector and Goblin Lackey and stuff like that. Okay, now things are getting interesting. Okay, so I'm going to play Flame Tongue Kavu here. So this costs 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll need 6 mana to Reckless Charge twice and Falter. So that's worth keeping in mind. But we're going to play Flame Tongue Kavu here. Just kill the big goblin over there. And just in the turn. Okay, still doesn't have flying. So that's good for us. I think we can just win now. Okay. They've got 1 plane, so they could have Path to Exile, which would be backbreaking. Without flying, yeah. Just double checking that. So 6 mana is what we have here, and that's what we need. We can Reckless Charge twice and then cast Falter. We also have Fires of Yavimaya, which can do some more damage. I say we just go for it. We're not going to have another opportunity like this. So we're going to go for Reckless Charge. Oh, God, I thought I gave my whole team a pump. I'm an idiot. It might still be enough. 2, 4, 6, 8, 12. And then add 6 to that, makes it 18. Fires of Yavimaya makes it 20. It's still enough, but only barely. Let's do that math again. 2, 4, 6, 8, 12. 14. Yeah, it's exactly 20. So we're going to go for it. We're going to go Reckless Charge. Let's cast it on a Skirk Prospector, sure. The reason I thought it pumped everything is because I have a Zada Hedron Grinder Commander deck. And in that deck, it does pump everything. But, of course, it doesn't here. It would be an incredibly good effect if that's what it did. On this one, we'll put on another Prospector. And then we cast Falter. Okay, and then we sacrifice this. Pump Flame Tongue Kavu. And we attack with everything. You can't block, buddy. Sorry. Falter. Was my math right? Yes, exactly right. Okay. Won our first match. Did what I expected goblins to do. Hopefully we can do some more of it. All right, we're going to the second match of a Vintage Masters draft. We won the first one. I think this is a keep. Yeah, we don't have our turn 1 Goblin Lackey, but we could draw him still. Turn 1 Goblin Lackey would be disgusting in this hand because I would play Beetleback Chief probably, and then Goblin Goon. It's always disgusting, obviously, if you have enough goblins laying around. All right, so we're going to cycle this Forgotten Cave. Play Skirk Drill Sergeant on turn 2. Our deck is definitely the kind of deck where if we can't win early, we're probably not going to win. Okay, Waterfront Bouncer is definitely annoying, so I'm going to cycle this Forgotten Cave. Made it sound like the reason I did that is because of the bouncer. It's not what I mean. I will play Drill Sergeant in my turn. Ooh, we're up against a Stormy deck, it looks like. Okay, I think I play the Prospector and the Patrol. We'll have to pay the Echo on it next turn, but I think that's okay. And yeah, we'll just end our turn. But yeah, our opponent, this deck is going to have a better matchup against us. Any of the other aggro decks in the format trying to race us is good for us, and that's what we had in our first match. But the more controlling decks in the format are going to be pretty obnoxious. Okay. We will pay Echo. Okay, that basically means we can't do anything else with our turn, though. I mean, we could if we decided to sacrifice some goblins, but I don't think we want to. I think we just end the turn. Freaking Waterfront Bouncer. One of the weirdest merfolk ever, but a merfolk. Oh no, there's Storm. That makes me a little less scared. That means we can try to race them and be in a lot less trouble. Storm. There's, yeah, Storm / Madness. But if you're running Dark Ritual, there's no way you're not a Storm deck. So that is better news. We just need to get a bunch of damage out there quickly before they do what they're trying to do. There's Tendrils of Agony. Gosh. Brain Freeze. A Brain Freeze right now would already do a bunch. Yeah, Nightscape Familiar. You are a Storm deck. That's for sure. Okay, so maybe I just play Goblin Goon. By next turn, I can play Beetleback Chief and basically guarantee I have enough creatures that it can attack. It's tempting to play the General. I wish I had Fires of Yavi Maya in play, because then I would just play Beetleback Chief and then the General next turn, and that would be awesome. But we'll play Goblin Goon here. They might have a counter spell, by the way. They don't, though. You don't have the mana to regenerate this guy, so I don't hate the idea of just getting rid of these obnoxious creatures. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we should have been attacking all along. I mean, I was assuming they would be effectively blocking, but they're not going to be. They don't want to block. They just want to go off with Storm. Ooh, double Nightscape Familiar. Now it can regenerate, unfortunately. We do have a Chain Lightning, though. Why don't you have Trample or something? So I think we're going to have to go with a similar plan as last time, which is just play out a bunch of crap and then cast Falter to kill our opponent. And hope we can do that before they go off with their Storm nonsense. I can at least make it so my Goon can attack. Even if I just play the General, I can do that. But I'm going to try to play Beetleback Chief here. Circular Logic. Disgusting. Yeah, that's not great for us. No, we're not going to pay 5 for Circular Logic. Even if I sacrificed... Wait a second. Oh, yeah, Beetleback Chief is what I tried to cast. I have to control more. Yeah, and I don't. So, I'll just end my turn. Okay, that's not a bad sign. I just want to build our board, and that makes it even better to try to do. Let's see if they have another one of those. They don't. Good news. The Goon can attack, but there's really no reason to. Like, you know, he can regenerate, I guess. It's worth remembering he can also bounce something. Once we try to do Goblin General shenanigans, that will be a problem. Something that might be fun to do is to cast my first Reckless Charge on a different creature and hope he bounces it with the bouncer, and then play Goblin General and cast the second one on it. We don't have the mana for that, obviously, but we might someday. So right now we can swing for 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We actually have lethal now. I may just try to win with Falter next turn. Of course, again, we have to remember he can bounce things. And because of that, it's not going to be simple for us to just win. Okay, so let's play this Goblin General. He's so going to bounce it is our problem. But let's see. If he bounces my Goblin General after I cast Reckless Charge on it to give it haste, we still can cast Falter and get in for 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then finish him off with Chain Lightning. That doesn't sound too bad. Let's try to do that. So we're going to cast this on Goblin General. Yeah, he's getting bounced. No big surprise there. Oh, I can't actually cast Falter this turn, too. I can if I sacrifice a Goblin. 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So it would still be enough if I sacrifice a Goblin here, and I think I will. I will sacrifice this Goblin. Yeah, we're not doing that. We don't have the resources. And we're going to cast Falter, hopefully. Okay. And we're going to attack with everybody. Okay. Drops them exactly to 3. So now we can just kill them with Chain Lightning. Question is whether we do it now or wait a turn. I think we just try to do it now. Yeah. Oh, They're digging for something. Circular logic would obviously be good. All right, we got there. All right, do we want more falters? I was saying I don't really want to draw one more than one, but they have been big. We have a second one in our sideboard. I kind of want Spark Spray here. Did you see the X1s our opponent had? Oh, we already have one, actually. Never mind, we're good. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I would cut to bring in another falter. Don't really want to drop below 15 goblins, so yeah. Okay, where's Goblin Lackey, guys? Come on. This might actually be a mulligan because we have nothing early and we need double red, so we are going to mulligan. Still no Goblin Lackey, but this hand is a lot better, so I'll take it. I think I'm actually going to put that on the bottom. So, Prospector. Oh, okay. I was like, there's no force spike in this format, is there? We wouldn't be able to handle that very well. Oh, we're killing him now while he cannot regenerate, and we're going to be very happy to do it. So, get out of here. That's right. Attack for 1. Okay. Attack for 1. We will play Goblin Patrol. And we'll end our turn. We got Solar Blast to kill something else. Now he has regeneration up though, so there's no point. We have to wait till he does not have the ability to regenerate. Oh, I clicked no. Oh, that sucks. Did not mean to click no. It's not the end of the world, but it is. I keep thinking it's going to give me a yes or no option over there, but it isn't. And you'd think I would be smart enough to figure that out by now. You'd think. Okay, so should we try to play Goblin Goon or Beetleback Chief? I feel like I want the Chief more. So if they have a counter spell, yeah, let's play the Goon. All right, he does resolve. And we will end our turn. Okay, so let's go to combat. See, I mean, he's going to regenerate almost assuredly, but we might as well attack with this Goblin Goon. Okay, something's happening. Choking Tethers. Okay, he's going to tap down the Goon. You know, if this ends up being my last draft in the format, I never really drafted one of the more controlling decks, which is usually what I'm better at in Limited. Okay, so Beetleback Chief it is. Yeah, I thought they might have Circular Logic. It's not the end of the world if they do, but it's also not a good thing. Yeah. We can pay 3. Ooh, interesting. So I could actually pay the 3. I would lose all my goblins, but I'd still have Beetleback Chief. So I have a bunch of goblins, is what I'm saying. But no, we're not going to pay it. It is worth thinking about it there, though. More than you'd think. Let's attack with Goblin Goon. Why not? Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Except to make the opponent pay a little bit of mana. If his black mana ever ends up tapped, cycling this and killing that would be great. Obviously, though, we need some more action in play. Scrivener, that's great. Get back your circular logic, I'm guessing. No, choking tethers, that makes sense too. That does make sense. Okay, so we're gonna go to combat. We're not gonna do anything. We are gonna play Skirt Prospector, but yeah, that tethers is gonna be great for our opponent in the latter stages of this game. If we ever sort of assemble our critical mass of goblins, which so far we haven't done. Okay, probably gonna cycle Solar Blast and kill that thing because it is kind of a nightmare. Makes our opponent's draws so much better. Get out of here. Interesting. Well, so right now we're looking at 8 damage. This will put us up to 10. Yeah. He does have choking tethers, so like when we cast Falter, although Falter's an instant, my god. That is, I didn't realize that. So that actually helps us play around choking tethers, because he has to tap our guys at the beginning of like here, and we can wait to cast Falter until after we declare attackers. So that's pretty great, but we're not attacking right now. We're just hanging out, trying to build a critical mass of goblins here. Goblin General would be very helpful. Man, you have another one of those? What's that about? Do I Chain Lightning that one? Let's go to combat first, see if we can get choking tethers. Nope. Kind of want him to just cast that, but what are you going to do? Yeah, we're just going to use Chain Lightning here. And we're going to hold on to this land to bluff, and we're going to end our turn. There we go. So we can go Goblin Matron. I think we grab one of our generals for sure. Yeah, and then we try to cast him. Let's play his land just to be safe. Okay, that happens. That's good news for us. He's going to have to cast choking tethers at some point to try and stop us. And when he doesn't, we can use Falter, and our guys will already be attacking. So right now we hit for 2, 4, 7, 9, 16, 18. Yeah, so we have lethal right now. Oh, never mind. They're going to take away our Addle. That sucks. Well done, sir. Yeah, that's actually a good sideboard card against me, because there's going to be lots of turns where lots of games where I just hold that in my hand forever. And if he just waits for that point, he can just go after it, which is not a lot of fun for us. I think we probably still just attack with everything. He's going to have to cast choking tethers. Yeah, here it comes. He's just going to cycle choking tethers, huh? Oh yeah, that works. Just tapping down my general will prevent all-out chaos from happening here for you. I think maybe I still attack with the goon and the goblin. Yeah. No, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I think I'd rather just hold on to goblins. Hold on to the goblins we do have. Okay, we'll end our turn. Freaking Addle. It's not cool. All right, we're going to go to combat again. You going to let me do anything this time? Okay, so they are. We're going to attack with everybody. This isn't going to be lethal because somebody took away our falter, but it's going to be a lot of damage. Yeah, a lot of damage. Yeah, generate him. Sure. Drop them to 7. Hold on to both these cards. Maybe we can get him to cast another Addle. Obsessive Search. Can they go off now with some sort of storm combo? It looks like they might. They have a ton of mana and they've already got a pretty decent storm count. They're going to get back Choking Tethers. No, they're getting back Obsessive Search, which almost definitely means they're trying to combo off with Tendrils of Agony or Brain Freeze here. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I think we lose. Storm count 5. Brain Freeze hits 20 cards right now. Yeah. If they have Brain Freeze, we're dead. Tendrils of Agony wouldn't kill us, but it would make our lives more difficult. Okay, that's not going to kill us. Right? It's only 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So they go up to 19 and we go to 8. But we're still alive. But I guess he had to do it or die. So that's good news for us in a way. That we made them use that when it wasn't lethal. Oh. Why you gotta be like that? Just cast the Brain Freeze first, man. Okay. He would have had enough the first time. So that sucks. We gotta win faster, and I think we can, obviously. The question is, do we want another Falter to get around all that crap, and do we want another Spark Spray? I don't really think we do. Like, the problem is, like, what do I cut? I can't really lose any goblins, so, you know, we barely have enough as it is. Can't really lose. You don't want to cut Chain Lightnings. I don't think Falter number 2 is better than Spark Spray. Yeah, or Solar Blast, so. Or Flame Tongue Kavu. I think is our only non-goblin creature. Okay, I would like to play first. Just get to turn 1 Goblin Lackey. Why can't I do that again? Wouldn't have been that good in this hand anyway. Like if you just replace one of these goblins with it, it would have been kind of medium. All right, so we're gonna try to start faster this time. It looks like, at least, which is good for us. We do want to be doing as much damage as early as possible. All right, Skirk Drill Sergeant time. So we have a Forgotten Cave that we're probably going to cycle. Crap. Well, let's cycle it. Crap again. Tap a guy down, sure. This is not good for us, though. We just can't draw any more goblins. That's not where you want to be with your goblin deck. The only good news is Reckless Charge. We can at least cast from our graveyard. God, I am getting a little frustrated with how we're drawing here. Drop them to 15. We do have plenty of mana to use Skirk Drill Sergeant's ability if they kill one of our creatures, so there's that, I guess. If that's something. Yeah, that's not good. Okay. Not great here. But it will kill something eventually. I think we have to stop attacking, which is not the words you want to say in this situation. They're going to storm off on our face if we can't put enough pressure on them. Ooh, Goblin Lackey. Too bad I don't have any other goblins in my hand. Otherwise, it would be a lot better. I'm seeing my chances of 3-0ing with this deck quickly evaporating. So they do only have 2 black mana over there, which is interesting. God, I wish I had a goblin in my hand. So we can basically cycle to get one of these out of the way and then kill the other with chain lightning, which I think is probably just what we want to do. So yeah, you can regenerate that one. Falter, huh? And yeah, then we're going to cast Chain Lightning on this one. Get out of here. And unfortunately, we don't have a goblin to cheat into play. That would be awesome if it was just like Beetleback Chief right here, but it's not. Taking away one of those familiars is obviously a good thing anyway. It makes it harder for him to go off with Storm. Doesn't make it impossible, just harder. Okay. You can basically use this to get the blocker out of the way and then attack with everything. Let's go to combat first, though. See if it's a combat where we want to do that or not. Okay, let's go to attack. Still nothing. Okay, well, let's cast Spark Spray then. We're just trying to kill our opponent with these mediocre goblins. I mean, Lackey's obviously not mediocre. He is when you draw him at this stage. And we're getting close. I mean, thanks to Falter in our hand, getting in for the last few damage is possible. We need a little bit of help off the top of our deck, of course. That is not help. Okay. So we can only swing for 4. Doesn't make Falter worth it, unfortunately. I do have Reckless. Oh, interesting. That is lethal with Reckless Charge. Do we go for it? I think we're going to go for it. Try to just end this here. So we're going to cast flat with Flashback on Goblin Lackey. Unfortunately, it's a sorcery, so I have to do it now. We're going to begin combat. Oh, thank God. They might still have a kill spell, but... Or Circular Logic. Looks like Circular Logic. If we played our 3rd forest in our hand, we could have done something about Circular Logic. Yeah, it's Circular Logic. He only has to pay 2 for it, he realized. Damn it! And we don't even have the mana to... Yeah, so that's going to happen. You know, I might as well just sacrifice him for red mana, because my opponent can just regenerate anyway, and then try to hit a goblin off the top of my deck. So that's what we're going to do. And then see what happens here. Chain Lightning, that's not bad. Dropping after when you're dropping your opponent to 3. Oh, it went into my graveyard though. Come on. Circular Logic, why you gotta be like that? Okay, opponent might be about to combo off. Can't believe how slow our start was in this game. In the last game, our opponent definitely just owned us, you know, with their Storm. This game we drew 3 goblins, so doesn't feel so good. Man, our opponent's Storm deck is good. That helps too. They're making us get to the late game. Brain freeze. Yeah. Gotta have something else. You have tendrils too? Second brain freeze. Scrivener, get back, brain freeze. Yeah. Well, we really should have been able to beat a storm deck. I really think we should have been able to. But what are you going to do? You know, we're going to try to win our next match, though. I think our deck's pretty good. I think I believe in us, so I'll see you in that next match. Okay, we would like to play first. No opening hand Goblin Lackey again. And this is, in general, not a great hand for us. We need some early action. Goblin Goon being our only creature isn't great. Fires is nice, Solar Blast is nice, but... Okay, I guess we keep this one. It's basically the same hand. Yeah, we'll put that on top. Sure, we can cycle it, if nothing else. The one thing, I mean, our Goblin deck is good, but having 15 Goblins is just barely enough. Like, we would rather have, like, 17, 18. We just didn't end up with enough good ones, basically. Right, I'm going to end my turn. We can play Fires of Yavimaya early here, and our Goblins will start doing their thing a little more quickly. Okay, so I think I'm just going to cycle Spark Spray. Oh, cool. I get to pump his guy when I do that. Ooh, hello there. All right, so we're just going to Chain Lightning this guy. It would be pretty sweet if I could play Fires before the Lackey, but I couldn't. Carrier. Okay. Do I play Fires now? And then next turn, if I can play Goblin Goon with haste. Or do I just play Goblin Goon? I think I just play Goblin Goon. Suchi. Okay. So I definitely just play the Goblin and attack with my Goblin Goon. And by Goblin, I mean my Hulking Goblin. Ooh, interesting. That doesn't do enough damage. So yeah, we'll play Hulking Goblin. And we'll attack with our Goblin Goon. They're just going to take it. You know, we got to pull off Goblin Lackey shenanigans once. I guess we should feel blessed that we got to do it that one time because it's not the easiest thing to do. Oh, good. Okay. You want to race, huh? That's probably a good idea on your part. Interesting, though. This is risky, but what I think I'm going to do is attack with everything, get in for 9, get something with Goblin Matron, and maybe also play an additional blocker. I don't know. Our opponent obviously is lethal for us next turn. Yes. Let's not click on the incorrect thing again. Yes, I think Beetleback Chief actually makes perfect sense here. Helps me not die on the ground to Suchi. All right. We also have Solar Blast, which can go to our opponent's dome, so that's good news. Lackey got to do some work again since our opponent decided to try to race. Do you still attack? I don't know that you do. So we only have to get in for 2 because Solar Blast can finish our opponent. So I think we just attack with everything again. It would take a lot for two of that to not get through. Okay. You do kill my goon, which that's like the only card in this deck that card can kill. But I think you're still dead. Oh, you're not quite. You actually just go to 1. I mean, you're still dead to my Solar Blast, but... Kapow. Oh, right. All right, we got there. I hope they leave that Radiant's Judgment in. Oh, I guess it can kill my Kavu too. Goblin Settler is a goblin we could consider running, but I don't think so. Nah, I don't think there's any changes we want to make, which has been pretty normal. It's just so hard to decide what to cut out of this deck, you know, because it's pretty much where we wanted. I think Fires, you know, has kind of been disappointing, but the one game where we really got it at the ideal time, it did dominate. But there have been lots of other times, like in that last game, where we're just like, what's the point in casting this? I mean, at the worst case, it does actually still do something because you can use it to pump your creature, but still. But I think we leave it in. Mono red maybe would have been better. Turn 1 Goblin Lackey supported by a Chain Lightning and another Goblin in my hand. Let's do it. Let's live the dream. Whoa. That's messed up. Give me. Oh, man. Okay. Really? I guess we keep this. We're going to leave that on top, but this is a horrible hand, obviously. My God. That last hand was definitely saying, yep, you should have been monocolored. That's what it felt like. My deck was telling me. Because it was like, here's a forest and everything else you asked for. So if he puts an aura on this, we're in for some trouble. But he didn't do it yet. Okay. I think I want to leave mana up in case he tries to put an aura here. And if he doesn't, we'll still cycle Solar Blast and kill it. If he puts the aura here, then it doesn't really matter. Oh, good. Thank you, sir. Thank you, kind sir. 2 for 1 goes a long way to getting us back in this game. And we even drew a Skirk Prospector. Okay, so I think we go Matron. Yes, we'll use her ability. I think we'd rather have Beetleback Chief than a General. Yeah. And then we'll play Skirk Prospector and end our turn. Gross. If you saw my first draft of this format, yeah, that's not good. Opponents getting Saprolings against us is especially good because we can't stop them, really. God, I wish you weren't a 4/4. It's obnoxious. Okay. Beetleback Chief it is. So the question is, can I get my opponent to block with Dream Bod Druid? You know, let's try to make him block. I have a feeling one of my goblins is just going to get traded with and he'll take the other one. That's the smart thing to do. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. Gosh. I had to hope my opponent wouldn't make the smart play there to really have a chance here, because this is ridiculous. I need 2 chain lightnings to kill it. Oh, good. Great. Our opponent's really got a crazy draw this time. I think we may as well just scoop, honestly. We don't have a board sweeper. Yeah, we're just going to scoop. I'll save you guys some time. I will. It's just very difficult to beat a board state like that one. Falter is better against an army of sapperlings, because just being like, by the way, you can't block with all those bastards is pretty good. And we could cut like a fires. Maybe we just cut fires altogether and turn into a mono red deck. Should we try that out on our last game in this format? See if that would have been better. Because what I would do is bring in another spark spray. Oh, hell, let's do it. Let's experiment. This is the smart thing to do, right? So we only need 16 land. 16 lands. So we'll cut 1 mountain. And we can bring in spark spray. Yes, goblin settler. No, we just need to bring in spark spray. That's the only... Yeah, that's the only change. All right. Let's try this as a mono red deck. That last hand where it was like, look, you have your goblin lackey and a forest. Really knee-jerk reaction. Ooh. Okay, this one's reasonable. Flame Tongue Kavu could have killed Dream Pond Druid. I forgot we had it. No, thank you. These Deathblade Elites, man. So if he like puts an aura on this right now, oh, actually my guy can't block, so that's kind of hilarious. It won't matter. You can try to provoke, but it doesn't work. Okay, well this is not going well. Our deck was good, I swear. I mean, it definitely showed it at times, but I think the paucity of creatures was definitely a problem. I should have attacked with my goblin there probably on that last turn. I was too frustrated to remember that I should. We're going to kill the Trapper with our Flame Tongue Kavu here. Get out of here. We're going to attack for 2. Trade your Harrier. I dare you. No. God. We have 2 creatures who can die to that. And they've had it both times. Frustrating. Attack for 2. Beetleback time. They're not on their green mana so far, and that's definitely good for us. But we're still not in great shape. So I'm guessing they're just going to kill my goblin token. They have to pay 2 white mana to do it, but they can do it. If they don't, then they just got their guy killed, which I'm also okay with. He is just going to let him die. Wow. Ah. Now it makes a little more sense. Why all the lands? Okay. So our opponent may have a card to cycle, but I say to hell with it. Yeah, they definitely have a card to cycle here. Crap. Yeah, this is taking a bad situation and making it worse, basically. The flood is real. Our opponent doesn't even have green mana, though, and they're still, like, crushing us, so can't complain too much about flooding. Well, maybe I can. I mean, if it's going down like this. Yeah, we're pretty much dead. We went 3-0 in our first one of these, which was nice. But in all the subsequent ones, I think I went 1-2, which really sucks. Our mono black aggro deck was not a great one, to be fair. Spark spray. I guess I'll cycle you. And that one definitely wasn't a great deck. But this one, I think, is just as good as the Dream Pod Druid deck, or at least close, that I drafted. But yeah, we're just dead. So 1-2 in this one. We built a goblin deck. It was lacking Goblin War Chief and maybe a few more cheap goblins. But it was a good deck. It was a lot of fun to play. It was a little frustrating the last, some of the games, but that's okay. That's part of Magic. So this will probably be the last Vintage Masters draft I record. I might find time to do a fourth one. We'll see. If not, I need to figure out what I'm going to do until Rivals comes out. I might do a little bit of Ixalan and a little bit of Vintage Q, but we'll see. So thanks for watching.